And it's time to introduce you to the next speaker, who is getting ready in the backstage. So we're going to have Uldis Vītiņš, Managing Director at Digital Matter. And Uldis is going to talk about perspectives and trends in the Latvian display advertising market. So let's give Uldis a warm welcome.
Hello. Hello Riga.com. Nice to see you all here, and apologies for my walk down. My name is Uldis Vītiņš, and I'm the Managing Director of company Digital Matter Latvia, and we are the leading local media ad network across the Baltics. And my today's topic will be about some perspectives and trends which are happening in Latvian local digital display market. So I would like to address my topic through these three pillars our company's sales process stands on, and that would be data, distribution, and creativity. And basically that's exactly how each and every of our company's sales campaign is built. So let's start with the data and audience. So what was happening here in the last periods of time. So, and of course that's the growth of the privacy, what everybody was talking about, and like sort of saying apocalypse of third-party cookies, which, as we all know now, didn't happen at all. But to be honest, that doesn't make that much of the sense anymore because privacy already have crumbled down the cookies, so and it will happen furthermore. Continue to happen. But anyways, this raised a lot of uncertainty and a lot of questions, and there were a lot of information going across the market about different kind of user IDs, cohorts, contextual targeting, first-party data, and third-party data usage. How each of these are better than, and there were separate solutions, and etc. And that raised some confusion as well. And what we noticed was about the naming of segments. And for example, like if we pick contextual targeting or interest segment, there is completely different targeting object. For example, for context, there is content, while for interest segment there is a cookie or user ID. And that's in general is a pretty huge game changer when we're considering the purpose and scale of the campaign. So how to succeed? What we believe that what we have learned from our practices is that the future lies in the ability to apply different kind of data solutions and segmentation capabilities. And let me give you one quick and simple case study from ours. Like here is a gas station opening in a region. We used a technical targeting, which is in this case IP address based, and we used an audience segment, which is cookie based. and this comes from the panel. So, and as we see in the end of the day, this is the way how we can extract the cumulative campaign reach and reach much more people. So from one hand, there is people who are really in the place, and from other hand, there are people who belongs to the place. Yes, I agree that this is not completely 1+1, but we must be honest that with the cookies it was not this, also was not 1+1. And the reason is that this cumulative campaign reach is calculated out of the unique devices. So this is something that has been changed through these times on our side. So yeah, and one more thing is about reaching out for a Russian audience. This is a different story because, as we know, there was a lot of channels closed down after 2022, February of 2022, and there were questions how to reach for these guys, and as we know that the hubs were first in line to answer these questions. So yeah, but we have also pretty interesting case study from our experience, which actually you can use in some cases for you as well. So we targeted the Russian audience using the browser language. And what's interesting here that we targeted them by the Latvian creative and into the Latvian websites. And what was interesting that we reached a lot better outcome of this campaign using the Latvian approach than using this in the Russian pages. Of course, this is not something that we can apply in any situation, but I would encourage you to think about this. Okay, that would be short recap of what's with the data. So let's move to the next one, one of national digital display perspectives. And why it's one-off? Because there are some others as well. Yeah, let me give you first some numbers. So 8 million euros according to EIB Europe's ADEX 2023 review. The Latvian market has grown by 8 million. That's the growth. And if we look on the other side, we see local players, local media that have seen practically nothing out of this growth. And the question is why? So are the local players not competitive enough? Are they not able to attract their audiences with the ads? And the question as such, can local guys even challenge this growth and participate in this? So what we believe that this is about the focus and proposition, and this comes also from our practice. So let's pick this one, video. This is the most dominant trend in digital display across the Europe. As we see, there is an amazing growth. Europe plus more than plus 20, looking on Baltics more than plus 30. And taking in mind that TikTok is coming into the market and Netflix is coming with ad-funded subscription, so we can assume that there will be more of the growth in the near future for this for a video. So yeah, if we look on the market size as such, we already see pretty impressive numbers. Like in Baltic, the video advertising market size is 60 million, and for Latvia it's 20 million. So, and if we compare this with the linear TV, then we see that this is amazing number. And looking forward on the trends globally, we see that in US this will be the first year when digital video will overpass the linear TV. So we can assume that this number will grow even faster. So demand is here, and this demand is big. So how to challenge that? From one hand, we have some of the players which are already operating there, but we must be honest, their space are pretty limited and scale as well. From other hand, we see there is a lot of editorial content players with a lot of valuable user time. So what about this video outstream? Literally video ads outside the regular stream. And there are plenty of different solutions and approaches out there to use by the publishers. So, but let's just take and focus on this one, because this is the existing place. Nothing extra needs to be added there, and there is practically no impact on the user experience, because this is the place which already is there, and we can use it. So, and this is actually the place where Digital Matter is operating with our product. We call it Video Outbreak, and here is benchmarks, like roughly saying for 1 year. In general metrics, view-through rate, cost per one view, CTR. And as we can see that we are into the box to set a competition for these players, and this is what we do. But I would like to give you one more benchmark, which specifically these days is with the over-the-top priority. And
Pētījumi rāda, tas ir gandrīz neiespējami. Mēs sakām, tas ir izdarāms. Nākotne ir tavās rokās. Luminor.
Hope you get it. Okay, let's not gonna stop here for too long. Moving forward, the question would be how much of the video applicable inventory is there out in the Latvian publisher space. So, according to Digital Matter estimation, which is based on the inventory that we operate with, we can say that as minimum the inventory out there is 200 million, pretty much. And how the publishers are utilizing this inventory right now, so basically those are the banners either from open auction, let's say Google, or directly sold. So now let's check this one. This is how looks price modeling if it's based on competitive and KPI delivery. And this is purely based on the Digital Matter sales operation. So as we can see that the price add-on that we can put on is pretty impressive. And if we overlook the situation from the most ideal position, like everything is sold by direct banners in a competitive manner, then just changing the creative and focusing on different KPIs, we can challenge a lot more on the same digital assets. Like in this case, I have calculated that this is 6 million by just changing the KPIs which we are selling to the market. That would be about the perspective. But there is always but, like we are living in Latvia, and this but have a name, and this time this is a scale, because tons of plans, reports, and complex management will not gonna work here. So guys, we need to work together to get to this, and not even in this case, but in others as well. And I will leave this topic, like food for thoughts, and move to the next one. And the next one is from nice to have to must have. And this is the sentence from our newsletter to our partners, stating that we have saved a certain amount of carbon. I mean, what did we do? Suck it in, or I don't know, put it in some bucket? Not really. We also polluted, but a bit less. So, and this is because we are using platforms for our interactive formats that compress the size of the creative. And the essence in all of this story is actually the weight. And if company wants to calculate in our industry their carbon emission, the formula is pretty easy. There is a volume, there is a tech efficiency, and there is a location where the technology is located. So, but let's look now at the bigger picture, and we can see that the problem is pretty huge, because till the end of 2025, there is estimates that global emissions from digital technology will reach the amount of will reach the same level as global car traffic. So. But this is changing and going to change even faster. And I suppose practically all of us have heard something about zero emissions, something about carbon neutrality, and actually that's the commitment that we all have given and actually following already for some time, and that movement calls the Green Deal. And according to that, there is one directive which will come in action starting from 2025, and that's the Corporate Sustainability Reporting Directive. Why I'm talking about this? Because I'm one of the companies that will need to report on this. So, and the carbon footprint actually is a crucial part of this report. But in general, that will impact all of us, and pretty directly. Why should we start to care? Because there will be growth of data processing due to the modernization and growth of green component. There will be some transformations in the digital ad logistic chain. There will be evaluation. Efficiency versus sustainability. For example, simple thing like banner creative real-time optimization. Like we have this technology into the chain, but do we have this efficiency back if we look versus sustainability, how much carbon is produced? But what's more important and most important is that such a metric like carbon per millum will appear in the ad buyer KPIs. Actually, this already is happening, and for some this is a must, but for some it's just nice to have. And furthermore, I must say that this is not anymore about calculation, which different platforms are promoting and showing, like you can calculate this out, but this will be about the reduction. Yeah, so what about now? Actually check your ad operation landscape from sustainability perspective, because this will pay off in the long run. But at the moment, no rush, but it's time to start moving. Thank you.
Okay, thanks to Uldis. Do we have any questions from the audience?
Thank you. I wanted to ask about the methodology of calculating the total ad market. When you add up also non-local platforms, and you're saying that the total grows, but Latvian stays stable.
Okay, one is from EIB ADEX,
Yeah, I want to ask, the total for Google, Facebook, and so on is calculated by the geography of ad accounts or geography of campaigns?
No. These are, how to say, predictions. This is EIB Europe predictions. This is what they have calculated out. This is publicly actually accessible. From other hand, the local players come from the LRAs, Latvian advertising. Yes. So actually there was a minus. It was not quite much of the zero. But the story was about growth, and story was about that we are not following the growth.
Thanks for a question. Do we have any other questions in the audience? Okay, let's see one question. The microphone is coming. Please be patient.
Hey, Uldis, thank you. You mentioned the walk alone attitude in your presentation. So what would be your top 3 tips on how to change that walk alone attitude?
That's a very large topic actually. But what I meant in context of this is that local players need to come together, not only in digital display, but also talking about other channels. And we must build a common offer, specifically for the global players, because when they look on our markets, then if we go one by one, that means that this is the cost of distribution and management of this every and each campaign. And actually we have a pretty much of examples with our own, where we have built a beautiful campaign with and promising like 3 times, 4 times bigger KPIs than the client is asking. It's a global one. But they choose to go through the exchanges, or they choose to go through the direct programmatic, which also not pretty much the same as direct collaboration. So basically that's the food for thoughts for all of the industry. How to work together and how to throw the challenge to the global hubs, because they are eating up our advertising euros like crazy.
All right, so let's give a round of applause to Uldis. And it's time to invite our next speaker.